I see chemtrails almost every single day. After observing the sky for several months, I have noticed a few patterns. One purpose of chemtrails seems to be to block out the sun. When it is clear, or at least not completely overcast, trails appear and are created predominantly in the east, in the morning, and in the west, at night. This is likely because global warming is the official cover story. Never mind the fact that global warming has been proven to be a complete hoax, based on falsified science. Humans are not the main cause of global warming and cooling trends. These periods are caused by the sun. Blocking out the sun with chemtrails is not a good plan. Our bodies need regular sunlight to create vitamin D, which is essential to immune system function. I have noticed periods of thick overcast cloud cover lasting up to 2 full weeks. This cannot be good for our immune systems. If you see a lot of chemtrails in your area and finally see sunlight, be sure to get outside and catch some sun rays before the chemtrails begin again. There is no way for us to be sure chemtrails are not being used for more sinister purposes, such as chemical weapon testing, destruction of sustainable farming, or to generate healthcare-related profit. Indeed, some doctors and nurses have found increases in unexplained illness, with the only correlation being chemtrails spraying. The second purpose of chemtrails is weather modification. The military establishment wants to literally own the weather. They want to be able to create rain, drought, natural disasters and more, wherever they desire. In reality, they have had this technology for several decades, and have been using it in secret. Weather modification and warfare is achieved using a wide variety of substances, including barium salts, aluminum, and even nanotechnology. There is no limit to what they can put in the chemtrails. Simple cloud seeding can be done without harmful chemicals, organisms and devices. Let's talk about nanotechnology. The size of these devices causes them to be very harmful to our bodies. Nanoparticles are so small, they cross barriers and accumulate in our blood, brain and liver. These molecule-sized devices interact with each other and network with larger, hub molecules, about as big as a grain of sand. The thought of having a digital wireless computer network, complete with sensors and processors, existing inside our bodies is quite frightening. I have seen one unsubstantiated report that said Morgellons is caused by nanoparticles grouping together with a small electrical charge. This brings us to the third, and perhaps most worrisome reason for chemtrails: conductivity. The tiny metallic particles stay in the air for days, sometimes even years, and cause the atmosphere to become an electrifiable plasma. Why would they want to do this? It's because they have energy transmission stations that are manipulating the air and anything else conductive. The soil and our bodies are constantly absorbing these particles. They can transmit energy at any power and any frequency anywhere in the world. I have heard there are over 50 stations worldwide that can work in coordination, bouncing energy off the ionosphere to direct it where desired. The one they tell you about is known as HAARP, H-A-A-R-P, based in Alaska. Effects of the energies will vary, and depend on the frequency and power of the energy being transmitted. Energy and frequencies are the basis of life itself. Every type of cell has a unique frequency. All of our senses and things we perceive vibrate at their own frequencies. When you feel happy, thoughtful, depressed, it's all about the frequency your brain is operating on. Our body has a very complex and sensitive electromagnetic field. Many of our body's systems rely on electromagnetic communication. HAARP can be used to attack us without our knowledge, affecting our mood on a whim, and slowly and steadily depressing our body's natural functions over time. If used at higher power, it can cause hallucinations, voices in our heads, anxiety and depression to the point of physical debilitation, and more. I'm not making this up. Did you know that electromagnetic energy and frequencies can be used to cure advanced cancer and almost any other disease? It's done using sympathetic resonance, which destroys targeted cells specifically, with no harm to untargeted healthy tissue. For more on that, search for a man named Royal Raymond Rife. He cured cancer way back in the 1930s. That's right, HAARP can cure cancer worldwide in a matter of a couple months. You can see HAARP at work in the skies right alongside the chemtrails. I have seen trails appear from nowhere. I have seen spirals between chem clouds. I have seen L-shaped and V-shaped clouds that could not have been made by jets. I often see chemtrails and clouds expanding unnaturally. There is no other explanation for the miles-long haze clouds. You can see particle clouds moving around and taking shape with wave, and even grid-like patterns that appear and disappear as the energy is turned on and off. Our sky has become a plasma TV. I am convinced they are working on a computer program to control the weather in 3D, if they haven't made it already. All this, using poisonous metallic particles, experimental organisms and nanotechnology. In conclusion, weather modification, tests and operations, often end up harming innocent people. Effects, which can range from sickness and emotional problems, to natural disasters such as earthquakes, hurricanes, torrential rains and flooding may be accidental, or even intentional. There is no way of knowing. There is no accountability with these secret programs. You cannot ask questions. You cannot bring lawsuits. Many believe that the people behind these programs are elitists, working toward achieving the goal of controlling the entire world. This may indeed be true, but I am optimistic they will be exposed and stopped before that happens. This is where you come in. Please document chemtrails in your area and wake up people in your town. I personally distributed 500 copies of the chemtrail documentary, Don't Talk About the Weather. If you need help downloading and burning the high-quality version of this or other films, please ask me for instructions. This concludes my latest video. I hope you found it informative. Good luck.